Have you ever thought about how the church gets funded? It's a question many of us don't often consider. Yet there's a fascinating answer that lies in the concept of church tax, a system prevalent across Europe and particularly in Germany. This video is all about delving into the history of church tax, a unique financial tradition that has shaped the way churches operate for centuries. So let's embark on this journey of discovery together. Let's dig deep into the history and understand how this unique system came into existence. The concept of church tax is far from new. In fact, its roots trace back to medieval times. Back then, church funding was heavily reliant on tithes, a system where parishioners contributed a tenth of their income or produce to support their local church and clergy. But as societies evolved, so too did the way churches were funded. By the late Middle Ages, these tithes began to take on a more formalized structure, somewhat akin to a tax system. This move was mainly driven by the increasing needs of the church and the ever-growing influence of religion on day-to-day life. People's contributions were no longer voluntary, they became a mandatory obligation, a sort of religious duty, if you will. This was the birth of the church tax. It was a means to ensure the churches had the resources they needed to function effectively and continue their spiritual and social work. As time progressed, so did the system of church tax, becoming more structured and widespread. Fast forward to modern times, church tax has become a significant part of many European countries' tax systems. In several European countries, church tax is not just a historical concept, but a reality of modern day. You might be surprised to know that countries like Austria, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Iceland, Italy, Sweden, and Switzerland all have some form of church tax. So, how exactly does this work in our present day? Well, in most of these countries, church tax is automatically deducted from the income of registered church members. It's not a separate bill or something you have to manually pay. The tax authorities collect it just like they do your income tax. The rate of this tax varies from country to country. It can range from 1 to 2% in Finland to 8 to 9% in Germany. The funds collected through this tax are used to support the church and its activities, from maintaining historic buildings to funding social and educational programs. Now, you might be wondering, what if you're not a member of the church? In most countries, if you're not registered as a church member, you're not obligated to pay the tax. It's as simple as that. So, church tax in modern Europe is not just a contribution, but a systematic part of the tax structure, intertwined with the state machinery. But among all the European nations, Germany has a unique relationship with church tax. Germany, a country with a strong tradition of church tax. Now let's dive into the heart of Europe, Germany, to understand its unique church tax system. Unlike other European countries, Germany has an established system where the state collects church tax on behalf of the churches. This is known as the Kirchensteuer, and it applies to members of the Catholic, Protestant, and some other recognized churches. Imagine having a slice of your income tax dedicated to your church. That's right, in Germany, church tax is calculated as a percentage of your income tax, typically between 8 to 9%. This means that the more you earn, the more you contribute to your church's coffers. This system has deep roots in German history and has shaped the relationship between the state and the churches. The church tax helps fund a variety of social services, including schools, hospitals, and charities. It also ensures the church's independence from the state, allowing them to operate freely within their sphere. However, it's not without controversy. Some argue that it has led to a decline in church membership, as individuals may leave their church to avoid the tax. Yet it remains a significant part of German society, symbolizing the enduring bond between faith and civic duty. So the next time you think about church funding, remember the unique and fascinating history of church tax. Church tax, a centuries-old tradition that continues to shape societies today. From its birth during the Middle Ages, it has evolved, impacting not just the religious scene, but also the economic and social landscapes. Fast forward to modern Europe, where church tax is still prevalent. In Germany, it's an integral part of their tax system, influencing both the state and the church. We hope this dive into the history of church tax has been enlightening. Remember, history often holds the keys to understanding our present. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through the history of church tax. If you found this video enlightening and want to continue learning about fascinating topics like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Sharing is caring, so don't forget to share this video with friends and family who might find it interesting. Stay tuned for more deep dives into history. Your support helps us create more content like this, so thank you for being a part of our community. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking questions.